What is going on, guys? Today we're talking about finding your niche on YouTube and why it's so important. Let's go. Welcome to my channel, guys. I'm Nick. This channel is all about getting started on YouTube and helping you grow. Make sure you guys watch the end because I've got some great tools that are going to help you in finding your niche. So I wanted to start off by talking about why it's so important to niche yourself. I've seen a lot of channels lately talking about how it's bad to niche or why you shouldn't niche, but I couldn't disagree more. Firstly, not only does it tell YouTube that your channel is about this, so I want you to push out content to people that are interested in this, but your audience then knows exactly what your channel is about. If one day you are posting about Instagram tips and the next you're posting about farming, it's not only going to confuse YouTube, but it's going to confuse your audience. Yes, you may have people that are interested in Instagram and farming, but the chances are most won't, and you're going to lose the interest of your audience. So where do you start? Well, as cliche as it might sound, you need to start thinking about what your passions or hobbies or interests are. The reason so many people say this is that a lot of people get wrapped up in the money aspect of things. So they find themselves years later not worrying about money, but not happy with what they do. And then the money becomes worthless. So once you've got a couple of ideas written down, you want to look at who exactly your audience is going to be. So let's say you have coding written down. Are you wanting to appeal to everyone who's interested in coding? Or are you wanting to appeal to someone that's interested in learning a specific code? Maybe you want to niche it further down and look at people that are wanting to learn code and they're over 30. You see where I'm getting at? And you want to make sure that you're not niching yourself down too far, that it's going to create a long, hard journey ahead because your audience is so limited. Now you want to make sure that your niche is sustainable. What I mean by that is, are you going to be able to produce fresh content for the years to come? So if you look like vlogging and entertainment channels, they're very sustainable because it's changing every day. There's new content, new topics. Whereas if you were looking at starting a channel, say about COVID-19, that's not a sustainable channel because although it might be a hot topic now, it's going to lose traction over time, hopefully. And part of sustainability is looking at all the ways you can monetize. So it's time to bring out that inner detective. You want to look at some of the videos in your niche already out there and just have a look at what kind of view counts they're getting. Do they offer any affiliate links in their descriptions? Or maybe they have their own physical or digital products. You need to find out what is being offered in your niche already and see whether it's something you could offer as well. And whilst you're searching, you might become overwhelmed by the amount of competition that's out there, or just by the level at which the competition is at, or both. But you need to remember that every creator is unique because no one is you. But I know that's not going to be enough to calm your nerves, so here's some things you can look at. Go to some of the bigger channels and see what other channels are being suggested. And you need to look at how you're going to be able to compete with these guys in terms of production quality, the editing, thumbnails, all of it. And if you find yourself sitting there going, well, no, I won't be able to start off like this, that doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't start with it. Ask yourself, how long is it going to take me to get there? And am I willing to put in the work to get there? At the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, what value are you providing your audience? That is what people are after. Whether it's educational or life motivation or entertainment, if you are providing value to your audience, they're going to show that by engaging with your content. Now, while building an online audience is key to any social media or online business, such as YouTube, what good is it if it's not profitable? And so far, you should be able to go out there and see what is happening in your niche. And I want to show you now 2 tools that are offered free by Google that's going to help you determine the profitability of your niche. So the first tool is Google Trends. I'll put a link in the description and it's going to open up to this screen. Now we can go ahead and enter some terms or keywords that are associated with your potential niche. I'm going to go do an example related to this video. So let's go with YouTube niche and enter. Now once we get onto this page, you're going to see your term that you entered and it's going to show you a graph down here. Before we get into it, we're just going to set our region. So we're going to say worldwide and 12 months, that's fine. And we're gonna go with YouTube search. So it's gonna bring up this graph, and here we basically have the interest over time. Now, this isn't the number of searches that are actually happening. This is just the interest relative to the highest number of searches. So we can see here that at the moment, it's at peak interest. And if we were to go around here, September, it's at 50. So that basically means there was half the interest at that time. And what we can see from this graph is that clearly over the last year, there's been a significant increase in this search term. Now you can also compare. So just to make sure I'm not missing out on any audiences, I'm going to search a couple of other terms. So let's go with business niche and online niche. So here we can see they categorize it by color just to help you see things better. And here the graph shows that at one point they had pretty similar interests, but it's quite clear that YouTube is pulling away from the other two terms. Now what we can also do to try get a better idea of how this topic has been trending is check for the past 5 years. So here it's a little bit harder to tell because we have this outlier here, but we can see for these search terms, they all had relatively the same interests for a number of years. Until about a year ago, we can see that YouTube has gained quite significantly. So I'm just gonna go back to the past year. It helps us see things a little bit clearer. And guys, when you're looking at this, your niche may not have an upward trend, but as long as it doesn't have a downward trend and it's staying stable, then there's no reason you can't pursue it. So you've done your research, you've got a few terms. Now let's try and get a rough idea of what our CPM would look like for this niche. So we're gonna head to Google Keyword Planner and you'll be presented with this screen. Now, in order to proceed, you do need an AdSense account, but don't worry, it's easy to set up. It links to your Google account and they'll walk you through all the steps. I already have an account, so we're just gonna go straight to it. Once you get into the Google Ads platform, it's going to present you with this. And we want to go to Tools and Settings. And then on the far left here, Keyword Planner. Once we're here, we want to go to Discover New Keywords. So here we want to enter in some keywords that we think once we're monetized, advertisers would be targeting. So sticking with YouTube niche as the topic, I'm gonna try to come up with some keywords that I think advertisers would be targeting. So because my content is about YouTube and more specifically getting started and finding your niche, TubeBuddy, which is basically a tool which helps you with YouTube SEO, is one I could definitely see being targeted. So let's take a look at this. So here we're going to see the keyword we provided, and down below YouTube's going to give you some suggestions. And on the right hand side here, this is what we are looking for. So this is the low range and the high range of what advertisers are paying for that keyword. And I'm based in South Africa, so it's showing me in my local currency, but I've added here on the side the dollar amounts to help with my international viewers. And this is basically showing the CPC, or cost per click. So every time someone was to click on an ad for that keyword, advertisers are going to be paying anywhere between this. So obviously the higher the values, the more profitable it is. And although this is for CPC, generally speaking, if your CPC is high, your CPM will be high. So by using the tools and advice I've given today, I hope you guys will get a clearer vision of what you want to do and what is possible. But that's all from me today, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please smash that like and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them below. But as always, stay safe, guys.